Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you have all had a wonderful day. So today's video is my TBR for August. So as you may or may not know, depending on if you've watched July's TBR video, I kind of just picked the books I was really interested in to get me out of a reading slump. Spoiler alert, it's not gone too bad actually. So I've sort of done a similar thing for August. I've picked books I'm really interested in. I've also got my lovely friend Nikki to pick a couple of books for me. So yeah, we're just going to get into it. I'm going to show you what I've got to read. So I have 5 books here. Is this 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have 6 books here, plus another one that I don't have to show you. But yeah, we're just going to get into it and we're gonna go. If you can hear shouting in the background, Dre is playing his game upstairs, so I just want to give you a pre-warning that you may or may not hear him shouting. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first book I have is my buddy read with Nikki, and we are going to be starting this series. So it's Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. So this is the first book in the, is it the Throne of Glass series? I don't know. Yeah, we're going to call it the Throne of Glass series because I have no idea. Yeah, we're going to go with that. So this is the first book. I know Nikki has read it before. I haven't. I got these for my birthday back in March, and she's really eager to reread them. And I'm really wanting to make a dent in some of my series. So I was very excited when she suggested we read this one. So the back just says, meet Selenia Sardothian, beautiful, deadly, destined for greatness. In the dark, filthy salt mines of Endovia, an 18-year-old girl is serving a life sentence. She is a trained assassin, the best of her kind, but she made a fatal mistake. She got caught. Young Captain Westfall offers her a deal, her freedom in return for one huge sacrifice. Selenia must represent the prince in a to-the-death tournament, fighting the most gifted thieves and assassins in the land. Live or die, Selenia will be free. Win or lose, she is about to discover her true destiny, but will her assassin's heart be melted? I mean, I love Sarah J Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses book. I haven't continued on that series because the second book is huge and it intimidates the crap out of me, so I haven't got to it yet. But I'm excited to get to this one. Next up, I have another book in a series that I'm planning on starting, and that is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I read book 1 to 3 about 2 or 3 years ago on, like, via audiobook on Libby, and I really enjoyed them, and I wanted to own the physical books because they've got some really lovely and interesting, if I can find a picture, like pictures and artwork in here. And I really wanted to have the physical book so that when I'm sort of hearing about characters or things described, I can actually look at the pictures and understand a little bit more of what's going on. So yes, this is the first book in the series. A mysterious island, an abandoned orphanage, a strange collection of peculiar photos. It all waits to be discovered in Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. An unforgettable novel that mixes fiction and photography in a thrilling reading experience. As the story opens, a horrific family tragedy sets 16-year-old Jacob journeying to a remote island off the coast of Wales, where he discovers the crumbling ruins of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. As Jacob explores its decaying bedrooms and hallways, it becomes clear that Miss Peregrine's children were more than just peculiar. They may have been dangerous. They may have been quarantined on a deserted island for good reason. And somehow, impossible though it seems, they may still be alive. So yeah, I think it sounds good. I've already read books 1 to 3, but it was a while ago and I don't remember an awful lot of them. So I'm excited to get to these again. I have watched the film, but it changes some major parts of the book, which I really don't like, and I don't understand why they changed it. So I am excited to read the physical book and yeah, just see where we go from there. Next up, there's another series that I'm starting, and that is A Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. So if you watched my recent haul video, I binged watched the Heartstopper series on Netflix, got thoroughly obsessed, and then bought the books immediately before the series had finished. So this is book 1. I did read the description in my latest haul video, but I'll read it again now if you haven't seen that one. It just says Charlie and Nick are at the same school, but they've never met until one day when they're made to sit together. They quickly become friends, and soon Charlie is falling hard for Nick, even though he doesn't think he has a chance. But love works in surprising ways, and Nick is more interested in Charlie than either of them realise. So it's a graphic novel. So the pages just look like this. I think it's going to be a pretty quick and easy read, which I'm excited about. But yeah, I am really excited for that. At the minute, that's 3 books from a series, so wish me luck. But I do have a lot of series to read. The Heartstopper ones I really wanted to get to this month. And then obviously I'm starting the buddy read one with Nikki, and then the Miss Peregrines one is just one that's been sat on my shelf for ages. I have all the books now, so I just want to get it on the go. So there's that. Right, the next 2 books Nikki actually picked for me. I sent her a picture of this shelf here. This is my contemporary romancy shelf, and I do have a lot of them on that shelf. So I sent a picture to Nikki and was like, pick a book for me, and she picked 2, and I had enough space on my TBR to put both of them in. So the first one she picked is November 9 by Colleen Hoover, because her birthday is November 10th. And it says, Fallon meets Ben, an aspiring novelist, the day of her scheduled cross-country move. Their untimely attraction leads them to spend Fallon's last day in LA together, and her eventful life becomes the creative inspiration Ben has always sought for his novel. Over time, and amidst the various relationships and tribulations of their own separate lives, they continue to meet on the same day every year, until one day Fallon becomes unsure if Ben has been telling the truth or fabricating a perfect reality for the sake of the ultimate plot twist. Can Ben's relationship with Fallon and simultaneously his novel be considered a love story if it ends in heartbreak? I did show this one in my recent haul video as well, so if you want to head over there and check out that video, that'd be much appreciated. Right, next up, she picked Get a Life, Chloe Brown. This is part of the Brown Sisters trilogy. Again, I suppose it's another series, which means there's 4 on the go so far. Yeah, and it says, Chloe Brown is a chronically ill computer geek with a goal, a plan, and a list. After almost but not quite dying, she'd come up with a list of directives to help her get a life. Enjoy a drunken night out, ride a motorbike, go camping, have meaningless but thoroughly enjoyable sex, travel the world with nothing but hand luggage, and do something bad. But it's not easy being bad, even when you've written out step-by-step guidelines. What Chloe needs is a teacher, and she knows just the man for the job. Redford Red Morgan. With tattoos and a motorbike, Red is the perfect helper in her mission to rebel. But as they spend more time together, Chloe realises there's much more to him than his tough exterior implies. She's soon left wanting more from him than she ever expected. Maybe there's more to life than her list ever imagined. So yeah, I'm reading this one purely because Nikki wants me to let her know whether she would enjoy it. And again, it's been on my shelf since my birthday this year, and I want to get to it. So there's that. A lot of these are kind of newer books that I've received, and I think had Nikki not picked a couple of them and me chucking some in, I wouldn't get to them for ages, because I wanted to get the older ones read. So that's why a lot of these are kind of chucked in here. Right, then next up is Baby Love by Jacqueline Wilson. Again, I bought this one recently. It's in my recent haul video. But yeah, it just says, I was in all the newspapers when I was 14. I wasn't named, but Mum and Dad could never forgive me. I've still got the clippings, though I can't bear to read them. A compelling, moving story for older readers set in the 1960s from the best-selling, award-winning Jacqueline Wilson. So this, I believe, is about a teenage pregnancy and all the things that happened in the 1960s. So yes, I am excited to read this one. I liked Jacqueline Wilson as a child, so to read one of her sort of older reader books, I am thoroughly excited for it. So yeah, there's that one. And then the final book, which I don't have to physically show you, is the second book in the Agatha Raisin series by MC Beaton, and it's called The Vicious Vet. And yeah, that is it. That's it. They're all the books I have to read. So yeah, there's 7 altogether. Heartstopper, I think, is going to be quite a quick one. I think I'm going to want to take my time a little bit with the Miss Peregrines one, because there's obviously pictures in it, and things like that. I know that Throne of Glass, me and Nikki will have like a reading schedule, so that's fine. And yeah, I'm excited for all of these. There's not one book on this list where I'm kind of like, we'll see how it goes. I am genuinely excited to read every single one. So yeah, watch this space. Keep your fingers crossed that I manage it in August. If you've read any of these, then let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below without spoilers. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.